If you feel like you have tried every kind of dry shampoo and none of them work for you, I've got a great solution. I think this is the best solution that you can come up with. So I am in love with the I Do Care Tap Secret dry shampoos. And I don't know if you can see here, if I can hold them all up. I mean, I've got them in pretty much every variety you can think of, but this is my go-to. So the great thing about this one is you can use it before you are feeling oily or dirty. So normally what I do is I use this before I go to bed. So my hair gets pretty oily. My hairdresser said I need to stop washing my hair so often because it's bad for my hair. So I wash in the morning. And then in the evening, my hair still feels clean and I will use the dry shampoo. However, I did not last night because I wanted to be able to show the result before and after. So hopefully you can see, the lighting is okay, that you can see here at the crown, at the roots, it does look pretty dirty. So I get very quickly, my hair is just very oily. I have an oily scalp. So I'm gonna show you here how this works. And when you take the lid off, a couple things you want to keep in mind is that when you take the lid off, a lot of people, I've seen the reviews, I did it my first time too, want to screw it off. Don't do that, because if you do, all of the dry shampoo is in the bottom of the container here, and it will just come out everywhere. So you never want to screw it off. This just goes on and off. As you push it on, you pull it off, no twisting, okay? And then you'll see there's a little sponge here. That's the applicator. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little bit coming out. So the first couple times you want to push on it just to get it going, but then it's really easy. So you can see here, you just take the sponge and really lightly, you just kind of dab it in there. And then once you get it in there, you're gonna do a little shift. And then what I like to do, I usually start in the middle. I use one of these combs and I make just a couple pleats. No, that's not what I'm trying to say. I can't come up with the word. You know, whatever. I don't know what that word is. And you can see I'm not putting it directly on my scalp. I'm putting it on my hair, just on each side of the part. That's the word I was looking for. You want to part your hair. So then I'm going to come in, and you can see I'm not doing them right on top of each other. Hopefully you can see how it is pretty oily there. And I'm not putting much in there at all. The powder is coming out. It's just going on the hair. And hopefully you can see, I mean, it looks freshly washed already just from that little bit, and I haven't really done a whole lot even. I'm gonna do one more over here so you can see. I'm just tapping really gently. And then I started in a weird place, so I'm gonna go over here and do one over here as well. Now, what I'm showing you is what I would normally do right before bed, where it's barely oily at all. So it's a little bit different because, I mean, I didn't do it last night, so you're seeing that it's oily. So you just run your fingers through, and I'm not using a mirror, so I have no idea what this looks like. But hopefully you can see just from that little bit, it's super fluffy, gives you volume, and there's no white cast. Hopefully you can see too, my hair is almost black. I mean, it's not black because it's not that blue-black color, but it's very, very dark brown. So every powder dry shampoo I've ever tried, or even the spray, it just leaves a white cast, and you can see it. This doesn't. I don't know how it does it. This is the, it's white in the container. Hopefully you can see that, but it just goes on. It just absorbs the oil and looks great. So I did a very, very, very light coating, and that's what I would normally do before I go to bed. They have them in all different shades, so a lot of times what I'll do is, if for whatever reason I need to use this in the morning, I didn't do it before bed, and I need to get out the door, I'll use the darker one, just because I will really put it on heavy. And then sometimes, you know, it's white until it completely absorbs in. You'll see a little bit of white cast, so I will use the dark one. I don't normally like to use this one though, just because I'm one that I'm always running my fingers through my hair, or, you know, doing this and kind of plumping up the volume. And when I've done that, I've noticed because it has that dark color, sometimes I'll see it under my nails, and that grosses me out. Don't want to do that. So just be aware if you use the darker one. I mean, it's dark, so what's not being absorbed will be on your scalp. So you might see it on your fingers. I don't like that. So normally I will use just the regular one. One other thing to keep in mind, this one I love, it's vanilla and coconut. This is the original. The original is probably my favorite. It's the one I use the most often, but because it does such a nice job, I can go, now I wash my hair twice a week. So I wash my hair on Tuesdays and on Saturdays, and I dry shampoo usually once or twice in between. And the nice thing about that is it saves me a ton of time in the morning. I don't know if you can see, but my hair is super, super thick and coarse, so it takes a really long time to completely dry and style. So what I will do a lot of mornings, if I've slept on it or I've had it pulled back or whatever and it's not looking great, normally what I do is I will use a round brush or some sort of heat iron or heat brush, and I will smooth it out just to give it volume again and give it good shape. I haven't done that yet today. And it's really basically unscented when you get the regular one, but it just seems weird, you know? So like I'm using heat and I don't smell anything. I just like to smell things. So sometimes I'll just add a little bit of this just because it smells nice when, you know, heat makes the smell come out more. It's not a real strong smell, but it smells nice. So I love that. The other thing, compared to a spray, I don't know, the spray, I just feel like it's super expensive when you use a spray, dry shampoo. It goes all over. It leaves like a cast on everything. You got to clean it up, and it just doesn't last for very long. These last for a really long time, so I love that. It's also, you can see, you watched me put it on, it's not messy at all, so you're not getting it everywhere. There was another dry shampoo that I liked almost as much, but it was just like you would shake it on, and I feel like it would go everywhere. It was just a mess. I hated that. So I love how this is super easy to put on. You're not wasting it. Everything that you need is going directly on your scalp. But I never want to run out because it's a lifesaver. So I also get them, you can buy little containers that are just refills. So remember in the beginning, I told you you don't want to unscrew it unless you're refilling. So you can buy the refill and just pour more in here. It's more cost effective to do that. So that's something that you might check out as well. And then last thing, one thing that you need to make sure that you know, this does have texture to it. So this is by far the best dry shampoo I've ever used. It's my very favorite. I've got a gazillion bottles of it, but there is a texture. You can't see it. It doesn't look like anything, but it feels kind of, I don't know, tacky. You know, when you use a texturizing spray and sometimes it has that weird kind of like squeaky feeling, it definitely does have that. And if you use a lot, you're going to get more of that. You can't see it. Your hair moves. It's not tacky at all. It looks, I mean, it's shiny. It looks freshly shampooed. But just one thing, if that's going to freak you out texturally, just be aware of that. It does feel like that sticky, tacky, texturizing or texturizer feeling. So just be aware of that. But outside of that, it's my very favorite. Give it a try. They are just, I don't have enough good things to say about it. It's just amazing. So you should definitely check it out.